What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler.
And I'm MD Shady.
And in today's video, we're going to be making our Funko Pop and soda figure predictions for San Diego Comic-Con 2023.
So, let's check it out.
So for today's video, myself and MD are going to be making 10 Pop and or soda predictions, and the 10 different categories that we're going to be looking at are ad icons, animation, Disney, games, Marvel and DC, movies, retro toys, Star Wars, television, and miscellaneous. So we'll be going back and forth on each of the sections, starting off with ad icons. I chose a Funko Pop, and the Pop I chose is a character named Cosmic for McDonald's. Now, there have been a lot of McDonald's Pops as of late, and I don't know the likeliness of them ever making the Mac Tonight Pop that we've been clamoring Funko in the social media comments to be making, so I feel like Cosmic might be a perfect candidate, especially for some of those obscure mascots to be made as a Comic-Con exclusive.
Alright, so starting off my list with the ad icons, I have Chef Wendell, who is the, I guess, former mascot from Cinnamon Toast Crunch, because now they have those little square guys, but originally Cinnamon Toast Crunch had a mascot, and that was Chef Wendell, and I think that this is a perfect idea. It's one that I haven't really ever thought about for an ad icon. Obviously, ad icons are one of my favorite things to collect when it comes to Funko Pops, so I think that Chef Wendell would be really awesome. I think it would be nostalgic for a lot of people.
For animation, I went down the route of the Looney Tunes Scooby-Doo crossover set. So already for the common set, we had the Mystery Gang transformed into pretty much the main characters from Looney Tunes, and I feel like at this point, you need to mash up some of the villains from both of them. So the one that I came up with is Yosemite Sam as the Ghost of Redbeard. They're pretty similar in terms of look. They have pretty much red beards, and then you won't really have to change much except with Yosemite Sam's hat. It would just be the same pirate hat as we have with the Ghost of Redbeard.
I have a character that I actually thought about the other day. I kind of thought to myself, how has this not been made yet by Funko? Jimmy Neutron. A pop of Jimmy Neutron would be so awesome. I don't know if they go down the route of doing a Pop and Buddy with this, where you get Goddard with him on the side, but I think just a singular Jimmy Neutron, maybe he has like a remote control of some kind in his hand. I think that that would be awesome.
For Disney, you're probably thinking, DK, you are wearing a Toy Story shirt, so you're probably going to predict Toy Story. Nope. That's not actually what I'm predicting. It would be the following movie, being A Bug's Life, and I chose a Pop of Hopper. I think that this would be an amazing Funko Pop. We already got a Bug's Life Funko Pop announced from WonderCon with the flick on the dandelion, so I feel like we might be getting into the groove of like a huge Comic-Con set of A Bug's Life Pops like we've been getting with the Emperor's New Groove for Disney, so I feel like Hopper would be a great character to be made as a Comic-Con exclusive.
I picked a character that I think people have been wanting, and that is for Phineas and Ferb, and of course I went with Perry the Platypus as the Pop. I think that if they did do a wave of Phineas and Ferb Pops, you'd obviously get Phineas, you get Ferb, you get Candace probably, Doofenshmirtz, Perry, and then I think Perry the Platypus when he's got his hat on and he's standing and he's doing all this stuff. I think that that's perfect. That should be the con exclusive, and I think they pulled this off very, very well.
For games, I chose a Pop of Dr. Nitrous Brio from Crash Bandicoot. Now, for a lot of these predictions, I've done, I believe, a soda for Dr. Neo Cortex, and I've done many of times Pops and sodas for Ripperoo, who is my favorite villain of the entire Crash Bandicoot series, but I felt like going a little bit more obscure and doing Dr. Nitrous Brio would be pretty sweet. He has a cool look to him.
Kind of struggled with this one a little bit because games always seems weird to pick new ones. It seems like they've done so much, and I don't really keep up too much of like new like AAA titles or anything like that. So I went with something that I think is kind of realistic, and that is a game cover for Pokemon, and I went with Red and Blue, the two originals. I think that they could do them both at the same con, where you get Charizard and you get Blastoise, and it'd be the first ever Blastoise Pop, which I think would be so cool. But I wouldn't be surprised, because it's Funko, that they go down the route of actually choosing Pokemon Yellow to be the game cover, and then you get Pikachu, because Funko loves to produce a whole lot of Pikachu Pops.
For Marvel and DC, I had chosen a Pop of Gamora for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie. With the initial wave of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Pops, we never got a Pop of Gamora, who is featured in the trailer, and we know she's in the movie, but I feel like they were saving it as a Comic-Con exclusive, which is why why I'm predicting it now.
I went with a character that I really do love, and I think I actually have talked about this exact item before, but it is a Funko soda of Gambit. This is something that I've been wanting for so long, and I think it kind of just needs to happen eventually. They're doing so many Marvel sodas. We've seen a bunch of Guardians of the Galaxy ones, and I think it's time to see some more X-Men, and Gambit being the X-Men or X-Man that I would like to see.
For movies, I had chose Owlbear for the Dungeons & Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves movie. Now, the reason I chose is that even though there was the NFT pop for the game of Dungeons & Dragons, now we are talking about the movie, which if you have seen the movie, you know that the Owlbear is actually white in this movie. So having two completely different molds of Owlbear, one for the game and then you have one for the movie, it definitely makes sense since there are a lot of Dungeons & Dragons merch being pumped up, not only by Funko, but a lot of toy companies also. And for this pop, it has to be Flock.
I went with a movie that came out not too long ago, and that is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I believe is what it's called. Obviously, just Puss in Boots would be the character that they would go with, and it would have to be Flock.
For the retro toys, I chose a pop of Flight Attendant Barbie. Around the time of San Diego Comic-Con happening, the Barbie movie would be released in theaters, and so it's more promotion as terms to the Barbie brand. So, I mean, more Barbies pops for the retro toys lineup makes sense, and I don't know the chances of them making Barbie pops for the movie itself, so sticking to the retro toys makes sense.
Now for my retro toys, I found it funny that DK went with the Flight Attendant Barbie because I went with Beach Ken. I think that that just makes sense. If you're gonna do a Ken, do a beach version of Ken. Give him a shirt or don't give him a shirt. I don't think it really matters. Maybe give him a surfboard or give him some kind of other accessory like a beach ball or something like that. But I feel like when you think of vintage Ken dolls, you kind of think of the Beach Kens.
For Star Wars, I chose a pop of Slave Leia from Return of the Jedi. I mean, we haven't seen a Slave Leia pop since like that initial first couple of waves of Star Wars pops, whether it's with the blue box or the black box, and it definitely needs to be remade considering of how outdated the look is of that pop. I don't know exactly how they would do it yet, whether it's just like a remold of that original pop, or maybe they'll do like a moments with her and Luke Skywalker kind of going on the like rope there, going from the one side of the skiff to the other.
I actually went with an item that we had talked about in a previous video, and this one just makes the most sense to me to be at San Diego Comic-Con because a 6-pack soda should be a con exclusive, so that's what I went with. And this 6-pack of sodas would have Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon Jinn, Mace Windu, and Yoda. And if you guys haven't watched that video, I basically talked about how you have these characters and then the chase versions are their Force Ghost selves, but then DK did mention that actually the Obi-Wan Kenobi that they made is Obi-Wan Kenobi and the chase is Force Ghost, so maybe that could be interchangeable with another character, or maybe they just do a different molding.
For the television lineup, I had put my first and only Funko soda that I have listed on my entire predictions list, Bartman from The Simpsons. I thought I would pick a Simpsons item and I couldn't think of a Funko Pop, so I chose a Funko soda of Bartman, and I couldn't really think of a chase, so I just decided to go with Blacklight because I think there could be some cool colorways as terms to a Blacklight figure, especially for a character like Bartman's.
I picked a pop from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is a show that I haven't really seen much of at all, so it's kind of surprising for me, but there is one character and one scene specifically, and that is the Trash Man, Danny DeVito, when he's got his like wrestling gimmick and he's a trash man and he eats trash. I think that that would be an awesome pop. It makes sense to be a con pop.
And now lastly, for miscellaneous, I have a pop of Rey Mysterio for the WWE lineup, and more specifically, it would be Rey Mysterio with his Halloween Havoc 97 attire, that bright purple outfit. I know you're probably thinking, why didn't I predict this for New York Comic Con when it's closer to Halloween, considering it is from the Halloween Havoc event? But I chose this because A, it's a cool outfit. It's one of the more memorable Rey Mysterio outfits that you can pretty much think of off the top of your head. But at the same time, Rey Mysterio is from San Diego, California, so it would make sense to release a Rey Mysterio variant pop in San Diego, in his hometown, for San Diego Comic-Con.
I went with a Pop Rocks, and that is of Miley Cyrus. I think that this makes a whole lot of sense. We recently just did see the Hannah Montana pop, so I think that Miley Cyrus will be getting her own pop, where she's not in the Hannah Montana character, it's just Miley Cyrus, whether they want to go with a short hair, like the blonde hair that she had with like the Wrecking Ball, I believe is what that song's called, or if they go with like the long brown hair that she's kind of known for.
Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know whose predictions you like better by doing hashtag pick DK or hashtag pick MD. But anyways, guys, thank you for tuning into today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here.
Peace in, peace out.